Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning in to real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
Show us here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy.
All right, welcome to Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. After going back and rechecking numbers and doing it 8 times overnight, Moonscar Blade, because he's the only one of the leaders that actually put the Monday Night Football score each week, ended up winning because it was a 4-way tie with 41 wins for each of the guys in first place and lady. That was Sarah Jean, Will Vogel, and Moonscar Blade. Moonscar Blade wins it all because he understood the assignment. So, that being said, congratulations to Moonscar Blade for winning that. But I want to read a quote from our newly acquired practice squad player who's taking snaps at linebacker and at safety. Is Jamal Adams, who's number 25 on the team, because Baki is an active player, and in season, if they're active, they can't change their number. The only reason why Broderick Martin was able to is because he wasn't activated to the roster yet when we got Zadarius Smith. Therefore, his number could be changed. So Jamal Adams is number 25 instead of 33 like he's been since high school. Jamal Adams, they didn't have to call me. They didn't need me. They've been doing phenomenal. So just to get that call from a first-class organization like the Detroit Lions, it's a no-brainer for me. Yeah, it's what I'm quite sure you're going to want one of the new black alternative jerseys, but which one? Michael Huck, you came in, it was a tie 1 through 4. So you came in 5th place, 1 number out. You had 40. And everybody else was at 38 or lower. And that's an amazing thing to hear from Jamal. And also, let's talk about the 10 Lions that are currently in the Pro Bowl voting. Frank Ragnow, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, Carlton Davis, Kevin Ziegler, Graham Glasgow, Jack Fox, Ion Baki, Jack Campbell, Jared Goff, Panay Sewell, Taylor Decker, Sam Laporta, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jake Bates, Aleem McNeil, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Hogan Hatton. So get out there because that's voted mostly by fans and then the players and media after. Vote as many times as you want for the players that you think deserve to be there. Um, I see at least 8 that deserve to be there 100%. Jack Campbell is right now, Frank Ragnow is first, Kirby Joseph is second. Tied with him is Brian Branch at second. Carlton Davis is third. Kevin Zietler is first. Graham Glasgow is second. Jack Fox is second. Guess who he's second to? It's the punter from the New England Patriots, because if he wasn't flipping the field, they wouldn't win any games at all. Sion Vaki for special teams is 1 at the gunner position. Jack Campbell is 5. Jared Goff is 3rd. Panay Sewell is 1st. Taylor Decker is 5th. Sam Laporta is 4th. Jameer Gibbs is 2nd. David Montgomery is 6th. Jake Bates is 2nd. Ali McNeil is 4th. Amon-Ra St. Brown is 2nd. And long snapper Hogan Hatton is 2nd among long snappers. That's pretty amazing that we've got that many. Ricky Seacott! But congrats again to Moonscar. This month, we're continuing the pick'ems through the rest of the season instead of just 1 month, because there's only a couple weeks in January. There's no sense doing a short one. So this will be a 6-week contest, and it's for a free custom tumbler from Dan Leonard. So, and that's one of the tumblers like this one here. You can get one like this. This is the one that he made for me for the NFL draft. We got a few other ones. If you want any of those, fuck the Bears, fuck the Packers, or any of that. Hutch won a bet with Decker, and Decker had to wear Hutch's jersey and helmet. LOL, I love it. That's hilarious. So yesterday's injury report was Taylor Decker was out with a knee injury. Levi and Amuzariki is out and more than likely out this week. Josh Pascal is out this week. DJ Reader said shoulder no practice, but I heard it's more rest because he said he was fine. Carlton Davis, his knee is still banged up. He's limited, but full practice was Emmanuel Mosley. Thank God we may not have to see Vildor, guys. I know, but it's great to see the voting. I would love to see them win the votes, is what I'm saying, because it's an honor, and there's guys that have that as a pay incentive to get them more pay that doesn't count against the cap after the season's over. It's a huge deal for these guys to get voted into the Pro Bowl. December picks start this week. We already did the 4 weeks in November. It's tabulated and Moonscar's done. So December through January. We're starting it this week. I already posted it in the community thing. Will Vogel already put his picks in. Hopefully you remember to do the Monday Night Football total of points scored by both teams combined, because that's the tiebreaker. That's what made it so Moonscar won. Sarah didn't do it the first 2 weeks. Will Vogel never did it. King SJ never did it. I mean, what an amazing run by you guys to get up there to tie with Sarah. She had a 3-game lead 2 weeks out, and you guys made it up. Congratulations. Her taking the Giants and taking the other team that she got wrong cost her this week. King SJ had the best week out of last week's pick'ems, going 15-1. But I did say I wanted to go over the stats of how our teams stack up versus each other. I don't like doing the PFF because PFF has some weird gradings for some of the things out there, and it throws it off when you look at when you're comparing people by PFF grades, because they give some people a bad grade because they missed 1 tackle in a game, not because they missed a bunch of tackles and stuff like that. So defensively, Packers versus Lions. They are the 13th defense at 323.9 and 28 touchdowns given up. The Lions are the 11th defense with 20.3 yards and 20 touchdowns given up. Passing defense, they are 18th at 217.3 yards and 16 touchdowns given up. The Lions are 25th at 226.8, but only 10 touchdowns given up in the passing game. Run defense, they're 8th at 106.6 with 10 rushing touchdowns against on the ground. The Lions are 5th at 93.5 and only 9 rushing touchdowns. So that's pretty much a wash. That's just a few yards and 1 touchdown difference. The passing defense is way different because it's like we clamp down in the red zone. They don't normally get touchdowns there. We gave up a couple last week, and I know this. Scoring defense. The Packers are tied for ninth at 20 points per game with 28 touchdowns given up. The Lions are tied for third. He said he has a decision to make. He's got till Monday to do it, so I can get them in to possibly get them by Christmas. If not, they'll be right after Christmas. Uh, Scoring defense, we're tied for third at 16.9% points per game and 20 touchdowns given up. Red zone defense, they are tied for 17th at 56.1% scoring against. Red zone defense for the Lions is third at 41.9. Third down defense, they are 12th at 35%. We are second in the league at 31.7, only behind the Ravens. Offensively, they are fifth in the league for total offensive yards, 382.8 yards, 36 touchdowns. The Lions are second at 395.2 yards and 47 touchdowns. And yardage wise, we're only behind the Ravens, but we've scored 11 more touchdowns than they have. Passing offense, they are 10th at 234.3 yards and 23 touchdowns. We are 7th at 240.8 and 24 touchdowns. So that's pretty much a wash. Rushing offense, they are 4th at 148.5 and 12 touchdowns. We are 3rd at 154.4 and 21 touchdowns. They are 8th in scoring offense at 26.5 points a game and 35 touchdowns on offense because one of their scorers came on defense. We are 31.9 with 47 offensive touchdowns. That didn't include the scores of Kirby Joseph or Khalif Raymond on special teams. Those are defensive touchdowns. That's 49 total touchdowns technically in scoring. Red zone offensively, they get to the red zone 55.1% of the time. We get to the red zone 66% of the time. They are 18th. We're 5th. Third down defense. This is the biggest disparity. They are 17th at 38.2% successful on getting a first down. We are 4th at 45.7% at getting a first down on third down. So if you look at the numbers, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be much closer because they're playing better than they did the last time they played them. And we're both playing in a dome, which means weather is not a factor. So you take that aspect out of it. But weather wasn't a factor for us. It was chilly, it was rainy, all the things they said we were going to struggle with. And we put up 24 with no problem. So now that we're indoors on an even field, I think it's going to be a much closer game, though. Josh Jacobs has came into his own. Uh, he's doing very well. But I'd much rather have Monty and Gibbs than Josh Jacobs. And I'm saying the both of them combined, not one or the other over him. And let me make that perfectly clear because Josh Jacobs is a good running back. I'm waiting for today's injury report to come out so I can report it for tomorrow. And then we'll see who's out because they'll usually make that designation by tomorrow. But I know for a fact that Pascal and Levi Amuzariki, they won't be playing this week. So all 4 of the people we signed over the weekend have been practicing, which lends to credence. More than likely, they're playing this week with the injuries we have. That's Quan Alexander, Jamal Adams. I think they're all going to be active. I think Jamal Adams will be dressed, and he will be brought in rotation when people need to come out. Am I right about you going for one of the black alternates, Moonscar Blade? They are so tight. Patty Grimes is gonna be meeting with me Thursday to give the morning money for the jersey she's ordering. Later today, I'll get a hold of Steve Bauer, collect the money for the one he's ordering for his wife for Christmas. I have to order Moonscars. I have to order JI a couple. So there's a lot going on. Jacob likes a run up the middle. McNeil and company will have a make love throw that will result in 2 picks or in 1 pick 6. Yeah, I thought so. I thought you'd definitely be going with the black and blue because that is so tight. I love the way the new black and blue looks together. Can't wait to see those alternates next week. We might even see them this week versus the Packers. Numbers XL. Gotcha. XL for size or you want the numbers big? Because I think it's a standard on the jerseys. They make them pretty big on there. So that being said, we got pick'ems tomorrow, boys, because we got a Thursday night game we're involved with, and we know we'll pick that game last. But try to go on the order of the pick'em sheet. It makes it easier to follow because then I can just go down the line. And Moonstar was the only one that picked them in the order on the pick'em sheet. Yep, XL for size. Gotcha. Yeah, that's the size I usually order. Gonna be a fist fight at my house. My Packer buddy coming over might get ugly. Jim Jackson, you know what? It's funny. And I think it's funny the rivalry between Annie Agar, the girl that posts a lot on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and her brother Johnny, who's a Lions fan, because they are from up in Gladwin, M22, and they go back and forth between each other a lot, and it's hilarious. She's gonna cry if they lose to the Lions this week. Let's put it that way, and I think they will. Am I saying we can't be beat? Hell to the no. Let's be honest. These rivalry games have came down to close games other than the Packers game in their house. But I think it was because Lovewood just returned from that injury. He wasn't 100%. I think he looked a little off. He's been looking a lot crisper. He's had 2 weeks without an interception. So let's try to change that. Tucker Kraft comes out and says he wants to basically get back at Kirby Joseph for all of the tight ends that have been hurt over the past 2 seasons. Let the tears fly. And if that happens, because basically came out and said he wants to injure him, I think that may warrant a suspension from the NFL if he does it. He may want to retract. That's just me, and I'm not trying to say that as a Lions fan. I'm saying that as an NFL. Been taking shit for him for years. It's my turn. 100%. Yes. We've taken so much shit. Not only is she a Packers fan, but also a Buckeyes fan. What's wrong with her? She's bandwagon. She might be switching back to Detroit and Michigan after this year. I think she did it just to spite her family. Aroldis Chapman was signed to the Red Sox today for other news. CMC, they're saying it might be 6 weeks he can come back after they announced he was out for the season. Who knows? Uh, they also lost Justin Mason to the IR. 49ers are washed, guys. I said this preseason they weren't going to make the playoff. It's rang true. It looks like in the NFC, it's probably going to come down to either one of the other North opponents versus Detroit or Philly and Detroit. I just have the feeling that one of our opponents might be able to knock them off because they all play defense well enough. I just went over the defensive numbers. I think they can stop them. Well, maybe not the Packers. They already lost to them once. Yeah, that was a shot, guys. But playoffs are different than the regular season. The the stats and the records all go to 0-0. Let's go. Detroit Lions won pride. Kings of the North champion title. All grit. Never back down. 11-1. Make it 12-1. 100%. I mean, the tail of the tape says it's going to be a good matchup. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Thank you, Will. It helps. It really does because it makes it easier to track them. Aziz Al Shair, number 0 of the Texans, was suspended for 3 games. I don't think he was suspended long enough. Trevor Lawrence's concussion looked just as bad as Tua's concussion when he was laying there fencing on the ground last season. Uh, those can be career-ending concussions. What do I think of the Dijon hit on Henry? I haven't seen it. I didn't watch the game, unfortunately. I fell asleep. Not gonna lie. Yes, you did. You had a good week. You and King SJ both 15-1. It was your first 2 weeks that killed you, Dwayne Keene. Agreed. He was headhunting. And let's go back to when Tampa Bay played against 49ers in the conference championship game. Do you remember what he did to Tom Brady and didn't get a penalty called? No, I didn't watch the game last night either. I had no dog in the fight. Didn't care. But the Broncos, Bo Nix is the real deal, guys. I said he was one of the best quarterbacks coming out of or most pro-ready quarterbacks coming out of college. He has a legit deep ball, guys. He's going to be good for a while as long as he stays healthy. Kevin Weaver, good afternoon from Germany. Not to beat a dead horse, but there's speculation the Lions OC was setting. Yes, I heard the same thing because of his interview yesterday, Kevin. Um, and it might be a rope a dope because guess what? Every week, offenses change the names of the plays so other teams can't follow them. That might have been the plays for the Bears game, and they're getting ready to erase the whiteboard anyways. And Ben Johnson kind of smirked about the whole thing. So maybe it was all a setup. And maybe Jameer Gibbs is not in the doghouse. And Dan Campbell reacted that way. Yes, it has been 1,830 days since the last time the Ohio State Buckeyes have beat Michigan. Ryan Day's first season in 2019. But since he made the announcement that Ohio State was going to hang 100 on us, they've hanged 86. Packers will buy it. Rope them dopes. But I also understand why it brought concern because those pictures should never be leaked. And yes, he deleted the post, but the damage was already done. It leaked across the media, blah, 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 blah. But like I said, he posted it on Friday. I think Ryan Day should get fired, but according to the Ohio State athletic director, he's not. I find that insane. Okay, let's see what the newest thing on the Lions are. Okay, DJ Rader is resting again today. Decker will play. It looks like Taylor Decker will play this week, and Carlton Davis has a good shot. So it's looking like everything I've said is coming to fruition. Hello, Ralph. Good to see you, sir. But the Jamal Adams signing, I think, was very low key, great signing for where it is. Everflus is Ryan Day and Finkel is Einhorn. Good to see you, Orlando. But it's war week, so this is staying on. I told you I wear this until game day. Every war week. Every time we face a divisional opponent. My two favorite OSU coaches are Ryan Day and John Cooper. And make sure you turn in at 4 p.m. next week as I will be on with Ralph as we discuss the Detroit Lions. Win or lose, I'll show up because guess what? That's what I do. I still come on here every time, win or lose, unless there's an emergency. That's it. But that quote from Jamal Adams, that makes me so happy we signed him. He's just being a dog. You know what I mean? Uh, he's being used in some snaps at linebacker in practice. I don't think he's a full time linebacker. I think they're going to use him in that rotation. I think he's going to be in the rotation at safety. I think he's being brought in to relieve people when they need a rest. That's what he's being brought in, whether it's linebacker or safety. But like he said, we didn't need him and we contacted him and he said yes. Yep, and according to PR, Jamal Adams, Juan Alexander, Jonah Williams, and Miles Adams all have a chance to play this week. JBJ, you're wrong. I just read the report. I have it. I have the quote sheet right here. Taylor Decker will play this week, and Carlton Davis has a good shot to play this week. DJ Reader is on rest and on day to day because of his shoulder. They don't want it to turn into something major. Yeah, I know. Philly, because of where they finished, they don't have as hard of a schedule. It is what it is. We do need them though, Jim Jackson. With Rodrigo being out the rest of the season, Barnes is out all season. Angelo won't be back for a couple more weeks. If he's probably not going to be back anytime soon, we need those guys. They're very sure tacklers. Jamal Adams is like trying to think who he reminds me of. Adam Schefter is amazed we're surviving all these injuries. It's the next man up philosophy. I said it this off season. I'll say it again. This is the deepest depth of talent I've seen on any roster. And I have a visual that I want to give you guys. The last time anyone in the NFL has had this disparity of points, it was the Washington Redskins were above us. They won the Super Bowl that year in 1991. Remember, we lost to them in the conference championship game. Then it's the Detroit Lions this year, the 99 Jaguars, the 98 Vikings, the 2004 Philadelphia Eagles, the 2013 Seahawks that won a Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys in 2007, the 1997 49ers that won a Super Bowl, the 2008 Giants that won a Super Bowl, the 2004 Patriots that won a Super Bowl. They have to give Martin a shot. He only played 3 snaps last week, but I expect with Wingo out for the year, we will probably see more Martin if Reader's out 100%. Saying Redskins is not politically correct. Well, that's what it's labeled on the meme. I didn't create it, I read it. And guess what? It looks like the Redskins name might be coming back because it was 92% approval rate by Native Americans, and the ownership wants to bring the name back. We already secured the wild card because with the Bills beating the 49ers, that gave the Lions a wild card. If anybody didn't pay attention, that was the everybody said, "Oh, was Seattle winning?" It didn't. It pushed us out. No, we had one more game to wait for because Seattle's now a division winner, so it has no impact on the Lions making a wild card. There's only 5 weeks left, and we have the heads up on the Seahawks if they lose one game. Yes, it's just the closest to the points total. Period. Doesn't matter about going over or any of that Moonscar Blade. But if people don't put it in there, then they're off that many points that week. Wow. 77 points total on Monday Night Football. Wow. Well, the reason why they did away with the Indians was because of their mascot, Chief Wahoo. Chief Wahoo was a cartoon rendition of, of a Native American, and they did take offense to that. What they didn't take offense to is Chief Whitefeather, who was on the side of the Redskins helmet. It's his to lose at this point. He's leading the odds in Vegas, leading the votes right now. It's his to lose. But did you guys see who participated in No Win November? New York, Chicago, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Raiders. Oh, there is 2 games on Mondays. Okay, I didn't look at it. I just was like, wow, that's a lot of points. Okay, 77, I get it. I just posted it. I was getting it up there so you guys could get your picks in. That way you got plenty of time to get them in before Thursday at 7 p.m. because the game goes live at 8. Like I said, that's for one of the custom tumblers. And remember, they could look like this, or that. Or if you want this, Harbaugh, Peyton, and Tomlin have done work AFC side. Reed is in like second or third place. Tomlin is up there too. Harbaugh is behind them because, well, they're not in first place. Oh yeah, don't forget you could also get it to look like this. We can even move the guy so it looks like he's screwing the open part of the toilet seat. Yeah, don't cash out. I wouldn't take a cash out unless, like, we lose 2 or 3 games and he starts to fall behind, then you take the cash out. Rent to it. But let's give kudos to Will Vogel. He had 41. King SJ had 41. Moonscar and Sarah Zong. You guys all. How about pooping in the open park? Well, Michael Huck said that FTP would be awesome since my cute neighbor is a Packers fan. Put a poop emoji in that sea. Oh, okay, we could do that. Just move him to the other side, make it look like he's pooping in it. I like it. So all of this right here might be a rope a dope, guys.
Quickly on Gibbs, he had a social media post where there was a bunch of plays or partial calls on the whiteboard behind him. Is that something where you need to just remind a player to be smart about what they're posting on social media? Is there anything that could?
Who's that?
I believe Gibbs posted a photo of Jefferson with a bunch of lingo on the whiteboard in the running back room behind him.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did not know that. Okay. Yeah, I need to check on that then. Did not know that. Yeah, I'd rather our stuff not be out there. Thanks.
So that being said, the way he acted and walked off, he sounded upset, but he didn't sound irate. Hey, the contest is about having fun, making it fun for fans, offering you guys engagement with the show. It allows me to help you keep track of your picks throughout the season. We're probably going to do something every month next year. I've heard from various resources that Vikings and Packer fans still don't believe the Lions are real. What's your take? They're behind us, aren't they? Oh no, I've seen enough Shizer this season. Thanks to Houston, LOL. Campbell, I didn't know that translation. Hooked them. Yeah, got him. But I will get. I don't know if you guys paid attention yesterday, and if you guys were here. But Hutchinson being able to jump in the pool and walk without crutches outside the pool now. He's way ahead of schedule. I still don't want to bring him back in the regular season. I want to save him for the playoffs. 'Cause right now we're in. At 11 wins, we're in. Imagine having Hutchinson and Zadarius Smith across from each other with Reeder and McNeil. Splash in everybody else. Oof. 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 That's all I got to say. I'm excited to hear what I heard about Hutchinson, that he's that far ahead of schedule. I got in at 5 at 2,100, so pays 105. They are offering me 29.55. Yeah, don't take it yet. We have to lose 1 or 2 more games before it's even in question if Campbell gets coach of the year or not. But I can say you can make an argument for Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn for coordinator of the year. Yeah, Hutch has a slight limp, amazing for only 7 weeks after the injury. And like I said, his rehab guy said he came back way faster than normal when he broke his other leg at Michigan. And there was actually some ligament damage in that one. And he came back 4 weeks ahead of time. And that's why when everybody said, "Oh, this is a 16-week injury," it might only be 12, which is exactly what? The playoff. And he put it at a over 55% chance. So he said it was more than likely he'd do it than not. And and now it's looking like it's a 75% chance he could be coming back. And that's amazing. Yep. I agree. But let's say we don't get the wild card and we get the 1 seed and he gets I at 7 weeks to be walking and jumping in a pool is ahead of schedule on rehab. It it's just amazing to hear how good he's doing. Walking with a slight limp without crutches. Medical technology has vastly improved reconditioning and rehabbing. And plus, don't forget, he's only like what, 22, 23 years old? He's young. Ah, to be young again, yes. Because at 54 with my pinched nerve, here it is going on week 7 and I'm still hurt. I just I to be able to still be winning with as many injuries as we face. And I'm not crying about injuries. I'm saying it's amazing. We have 18 on the IR guys, and I think about over a handful of them were starters. Let that sink in. Derek Barnes starting Sam linebacker. Malcolm Rodriguez, he was backing up Alex Anzalone, who's on the IR. So that's starter 1, then starter 2 goes out. Davenport, Hutchinson. Oh yeah, 100%. And their window closed faster than anybody thought it would. And I said, watch. Because I said when they fired Steve Wilkes, that defense was taking 54, you young and 61 can't reach my feet. I can barely reach my feet. I got to be sitting down to do it. Oh, I can still see my feet though. I'm still not worried about the Eagles. Their one thing that's keeping them in games is what we're good at stopping. The Ravens defense. Karma for firing Wilkes. Yeah, he threw him under the bus. That was the third best defense in the NFL last year. Oh yeah, I'm not saying they'll let him come back too early. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying right when the injury happened, everybody was saying 16 to 20 weeks, Brent DeWitt. And the Michigan guy, the one that rehabbed him at Michigan, said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 12 and he's going to be able to come off the IR. Not saying he'll be ready to play, but be able to come off the IR. And it's trending towards that. Oh, I pray to God we use a spy again. The last spy we used was James Houston versus CJ Stroud. Look how good that did. He got so excited he hit Stroud, he shit himself. Yep, it was a clean break. They put the titanium rods on both bones, so that actually speeds up the healing. They don't have to be removed. Those rods stay in. Uh, they built him stronger, faster, better. He's now the $6 million man. If there'd have been any ligament, nerve, or tendon damage, yes, it would be risky bringing him back early at all. I still don't think we. Fuck hilarious. Man, I love you guys. I have so much fun talking with you guys and answering your questions. But what do you think of the statistic breakdown? I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a 27-21 game. Lions win. Am I too late? FT. Hey, JB. Hutch is now Iron Man, LOL. That's funny. Yep, I do remember that, Joseph Austin. Yeah, the chance of re-breaking, and also with the metal in there, that makes the bone stronger than it was before. But yeah, you're going 35-31. Christopher Smith, a long time no see, my brother. Oh, that sucks, Kevin Weaver. 34-20, 2 picks, 1 pick 6. It's good to see you, my man. How you been? I hope everything's going well. You kind of passed out on us the last time I was on the Motown Mania show. So there is a community post on the YouTube channel. 34-27 Lions. I like it. I mean, I just don't see us scoring that much. They're not allowing as many points as they used to, and we're not allowing as many points as we used to. And yes, Jack Youngblood was a maniac. Um, they have a version of Do. It's not the same. I don't know if they can get it at all there. I believe it's going to be close, something like 72-0. LOL. Just kidding. 27-24. Your Detroit Lions. He was out cold, Jim Jackson said. LOL. My bad. But the pick'em contest throughout the rest of the season, whoever's leading at the end of the season gets a custom tumbler, like my draft tumbler I had made. Insulated tumbler. It's a 20 ouncer. Cylindrical tube, comes with the metal. Oh, I hate Dr. Pepper with a passion. Only do in Germany is at the military PXs. Yep. Green Bay is going to be tough. Oh, I 100%. But I still think we can beat them. They do have a version that's distilled and made in Europe, and it doesn't have the high fructose syrup. It doesn't have yellow dye number 5. What was the other one it doesn't have? It doesn't have sodium citrate or gum arabic or sodium benzoate. Those things are illegal in Europe. The orange juice, citric acid, natural flavorings, that's allowed. I would like to taste the one that's in Europe. So if anyone gets to somewhere where they sell it, yeah, I was right about that. I said 27-21 Lions, Christopher Smith. That's my prediction right now. Um, Joseph, you changed my mind. I believe we will get at least 31 points. I know. It's crazy because they want to chirp and say we're crying about this and crying about that. I don't call it crying. I'm proud this team is winning despite the injury. You know how hard it is to win when you're injured? Go look at the 2021 Lions. And we had, what was it, 21 and was in second place for most people on the IR that year. Go look at 2022. And I think we had 18 on it then, and 12 of them were starters to start the season. Oh, I know, but their defense is healthy, so I don't see it. No, Decker is playing, dumbass. I'm tired of trying to tell you this. I don't know where you got your info from, but you're delusional. Oh. The views and opinions of Jeremy Baldrick Jr. does not reflect that of kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions, nor I smoking Jeremy B. Because he's not my son. My oldest son passed away 8 years ago, and I think it's a travesty that he uses it, especially with my picture. I think Ben Johnson is going to dial it up. If we can establish a run game effectively, it's going to help the passing game for sure. 100%. Yep, because he lost a bet with Aiden Hutchinson about Ohio State versus Michigan. Yeah, nobody was crying when we were losing. Everybody forgets all that. They just want to bring up the stuff. All right, thank you, Jim Jackson, for tuning in. And it is that time where I go through the division. Let's get it. It's divisional breakdown time, starting at the bottom. It's fuck the Bears, 4-8, 0-3 in the division. Basement dwellers. In third place, at 9-3, it's FTP. Fuck the Packers. 1-2 in the division because they can only beat the Bears. And because the Vikings skull fucked the wind out of the Cardinals, they are 10-2, 2-1 in the division because they can't beat the Lions. And in first place, and still Kings of the North, 11-1, 3-0 in the division, and leading the NFC, it is the mighty, mighty Lions. Yes, the Ohio State police troopers. It's not the fact that they maced the ones in the fight, but they were actually there was players in the fight that didn't or did not get involved in the fight and were over by fans near the sideline by where the marching band was, and troopers actually maced them that weren't out there stopping the fight, and it was pepper sprayed, not maced. And so those troopers have all been relieved of duty on. You still got it, sir. Thank you. But they were all relieved of duty and are on leave without pay while it's being investigated because the only ones that should have been pepper sprayed are the players that were involved. And the fact that they only pepper sprayed Michigan players when Ohio State started the fighting is the problem. So, that being said, it is time to give homage to my real sponsor who pays me to do this show. And that is Brandon Service at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road. In Flint, where the water's shit and the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. Used tires starting at 45 bucks and up. New tires, call to get your quote 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Red, or myself. New tires take 1 to 2 business days to be delivered. So, If you come in and you mention this ad, you will get a discount on your tire purchase. Dwayne Keene, Stephen Bauer, the Lion King, all have came in. And I think even Patty Grimes said he was checking in on some tires for his minivan. I've had other people that stopped in, but mostly just the bullshit about the Lions. I remember when we got Billy Sims, we won something like 6 games in a row, and they started to play Another One Bites the Dust. I've been hearing that song a lot lately. It makes me nervous. Yeah, I don't want Sawyer to Detroit. Um, Bears went to shit in the woods and never came back. Take care, Moonscar. Take care, Harpazo. Take care, Joseph, Dale, Christopher Smith. Good to see you, brother. There's been so many in the chat. I want to say thanking each and every one of you. We are sitting at 538 subs. Keep sharing, keep getting it out there. You guys make me grow. Thank you so much for watching the show. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. And as always, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to all of y'all. Have a great day, everybody. And go Lions.